And we're back. So the name of the game is Kaizou Tyoujin Shubibinman 0 for the Super Famicom. Don't worry, we'll put the title on the website, so if you wanted to Google search that.
We're gonna have some Japanese listeners now.
That's funny, that's true, because if they search it, they'll find us. I like that.
Yeah, it's true, because there's almost nothing to very little information about this game.
And for good reason, actually, because it's on the Super Famicom, but it's using an adapter called the BSX, which stands for the
Broadcasting Satellite.
And the X could mean transfer. Most people don't know what the X means. And the concept of this adapter was you would have your Super Nintendo hooked up to your satellite on the side of your house that was getting TV stations, and there was one channel between, I think it was 4 o'clock and 7 o'clock every day, where you could download whatever they had to offer that day. So already that is way ahead of its time for 1995, I think it was.
Yeah.
That you could even download something on a console and play it. But I think what else is cool is that this was probably the first time, at least for a broader audience, where you would have episodic content. And I know you didn't know about the Zelda game before we looked it up, but you would download, let's say, your Zelda A Link to the Past today. You would get maybe 2 hours worth of gameplay. You could see only certain parts of the map, and the rest would have clouds. And then the next day, you would download the rest of the level, or another part of the levels, and you do this for a few days straight. So you're getting episodic content, almost like how, I don't want to say Half-Life, but Half-Life was probably one of the first ones that were trying to do episodic content. There's the Penny Arcade, this Dark Precipice that came out on the Xbox Live Arcade, which is episodic content.
Still exists.
And the funny thing is, all of these new games that are trying to do episodes aren't even able to realize that that's not a good way of doing episodic content if the delay is too long.
Yeah.
So Nintendo in 1995 was able to know that people want episodes like they want
Every
TV
week.
shows.
Yeah.
Once a week, if you can, 4 times a week, because once every day, or 5 times a week actually, once every day, or at least once every week, or once every month if you want to stretch it. So this game we play here was I guess it was a beat 'em up, if you want to say that.
Yeah. Beat 'em up looks like Mega Man and with other games.
A lot of in here.
Well, a lot of great games.
Yeah, especially for the Super Nintendo at the time.
Yeah.
So how'd you like this one?
It's a very good game. It's 2-player. That's very fun. Basically, you cannot even choose a character, so you pick whatever. You're the guy or the girl. Basically, there's the evil woman. Try to rule the world or something like that, and you go from point A to point B. It's like almost like a side scroll, and the controls are very good, and I love the animation. I don't know, it feels like advanced Super Nintendo at that point. The music also is very, I don't want to say good, but it's catchy, and I love how so basic it is, and you always get more energy to pick up. So that's very fun. Like, you don't need to I don't know, like sometimes it's very hard in those video games to find energy. So this one's pretty easy, and I love the power-up move that you have.
Oh yeah, if you hold the attack button, you throw a fireball.
Yeah.
And then we discovered that if I hit you with a fireball, and then you shoot your fireball, you do a bigger fireball.
Exactly.
Which was actually really funny because it helped a lot for certain bosses.
Yeah. It's, I don't want to say ahead of its time, but it's ahead for like a small company like this, because it's not even made by Nintendo. It's
NCS, I believe.
NCS Corps.
Yeah.
And it's very funny because it's not the first game of the series. It's we played the last one.
Yeah.
Because I think on the other one was on the PC Engine.
Yeah, there was 3 or 4 of them on the PC Engine, and there was one on the TurboGrafx 16.
Yeah, and they all look great. That's the problem.
Yeah. This is probably the one that looked the worst out of all of them.
Yeah. In terms of graphic,
Well, I mean,
mean, or?
yeah, I guess graphics you could say, because the other ones seem to have their sprites to be a little bit bigger, a little more detailed. And I guess since this was already being downloaded through satellite on a Super Nintendo, that they were probably already limited in that sense.
Yeah.
But I think in another way, the game is probably a little bit longer than most other Super Nintendo games in this style, just because I think they had the ability to put new levels in every day.
Yeah, or maybe it was bigger memory since you're downloading the game.
Yeah,
it's true.
So overall, it was cool that they were able to implement this technology with the levels, and like you were saying, the graphics were nice. The sound is really, really impressive.
It's a great game. Yeah, I think it's sad that it doesn't make to a cartridge.
Yeah.
So like mostly nobody knows about this game. It should be on the virtual arcade or console.
Yeah,
on the Wii. It should be there. If it is.
I think. Well, I don't know if it was this title, but
because it's Japanese, so I think it might be out, but on the virtual console in Japan.
Yeah, where they knew about this game.
Because the game is in English. It's only the storyline is in Japanese. So
and the title also.
So
yeah.
you don't even know. You don't even need to know what's going on. It's a very great game. Very surprised by it.
I'm surprised too. I mean, in 1994, I don't think there was very many games that could have competed with this kind of detail and just how fun it is to play. I mean, the only thing I think would probably be its downfall is how difficult it is.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you only get 2 or 3 credits, and if you're playing with 2 players, you almost half how many credits you have. And then you kind of, since it's 2D, you can push your partner around. It's difficult, but it's definitely worth the play if you've never heard of it or never tried it.
Yeah.
And especially considering what console it was on. I mean, just the whole satellite Super Nintendo thing still blows my mind. And the fact that nobody's doing that now.
Yeah, it's true.
I mean, technically speaking, the GTA pack, the Lost in the Dam, is considered episodic content. And that was, I guess, a year since the game came out. And we got our first episode, and they're saying that the first 2 episodes are going to be exclusive for Xbox.
First 2.
There's going to be another downloadable content.
Oh my god.
And we don't know how long it's going to take.
Just make Las Vegas. GTA Las Vegas, that's it.
Yeah, well, that's the problem now. I mean, a lot of these games want to make this episodic content.
I think it's too big for them.
Thinking that they could just, like, still make money with the one title and with the same engine and the same everything.
Yeah.
But they don't realize that you can't have episodic content with too long of a delay. I think maybe the only game that's able to implement episodic content properly is maybe Rock Band and Guitar Hero.
Yeah, because it's every week.
It's every week, so they're at least having something new to make your game replayable within that week.
And it shows because it's very rare you're gonna see a Guitar Hero or Rock Band used in the video game store. Because people want to keep it because they don't know what's gonna be next week. It might be your favorite songs.
Oh yeah, that's it. Yeah.
You never know. So it's true, yeah.
There's such a huge library of downloadable content.
It's a great system they did. Nintendo was way too ahead for the time.
Oh, that's true. And
they always were also.
Except for the N64. They chose cartridge and not CD.
But I still find it a good console.
Yeah, the N64 is very solid.
Yeah, very solid.
I mean, for what it was.
We could debate on that.
That's a whole different show. So, does that cover it for this week?